This is Soph,
This is Rich.
and we are from across the pond.
Sunday. Now listen, I know it's Serious Sunday. We don't normally talk about the news, but I forgot to mention something on Friday in the news that I thought was absolutely ludicrous.
And what is that?
Only UK politicians would come up with this. So we got this petrol fuel diesel shortage, right?
Right.
And they said they was going to draft in the army to sort it out.
Right.
Instead, they've decided to reel in, whatever you want to call it, inmates from prisons to drive the lorries.
Do you think that's smart?
What do you think? Being as if I had have thought about it, I could have got it and played it. The actual news clip says this MP, blah blah blah. He's actually going to drive around today in a truck with a prisoner to see how it's going. Right? Then it says this prisoner is currently serving 9 years. Why is he serving 9 years? For doing a drugs raid in a lorry.
What's a lorry?
Do you know what? Let's get him out of prison and let him drive a lorry to deliver some fuel.
What's a lorry?
A tanker, a lorry, a tank.
Oh.
So yeah, you're going to let a guy out of prison to drive a lorry.
Who drove a tanker to sell drugs.
Yeah. You're going to get him out of prison to drive one to deliver fuel. And when they interviewed the inmate, his words were, I've done the crime. You can't make me do the time forever. I've served some time. Let me give back now. Now, that's just ludicrous, right?
Hey, that sounds like work release.
That sounds ludicrous to me.
Yeah, a little ludicrous, but it does sound like work release.
I still think it's ludicrous. I never saw no army in the street at any point, so that clearly didn't go ahead or didn't work. Yeah,
Queen ain't having that.
Nah, well, she's ill, ain't she, or in hospital. Anyway, how was your weekend?
my weekend was fun. How about yours?
It's gone in a flash. I forgot to say that the kids are on holiday for a week now. Do they have half term there?
No. They're still in
only
school.
In England, folks.
No, they're still in school.
In between Christmas,
they'll have Thanksgiving break, and then they'll have Christmas.
How long is Thanksgiving break for?
A week.
Okay, well.
And then Christmas break is 2 weeks because it includes New Year's Day.
Well, they have 2 weeks for Christmas, 6 weeks in the summer, but then in between that they have weeks off. So they'll have a week off. Basically they go to school for 6 to 7 weeks, then have a week off, and it's called half term.
Oh. No, we don't get that.
So yeah, Alfie's living his best life.
That ain't happening here.
Alfie's living his best life. He's just been isolated from school for 10 days. He's got a week in school and now he's got a week off. So
oh yeah, he's loving it. He's loving life.
He is.
But we did that at one point in time. We was there at one point in time, staying with our parents. How was your weekend?
Yo, my mum wouldn't let me have any time off school unless it was literally a given that the school was shut. If someone's in there, even if it's just the caretaker, you're going to school, I don't care.
Oh yeah, I had perfect attendance too. My dad wasn't playing that. Now I've got to some trouble where I got suspended.
The funny thing is, I saw my mum yesterday and her friend was there and we were talking about school and stuff. And like Alfie having to have time off to isolate, blah blah blah. And she said, well, that never happened in my day. I said, listen, my mum would send me to school even when I was ill. And she was like, oh yeah, you're ill, you gotta go,
You'll feel better on the way to school.
Exactly. This is a true story, right? One day, I think I was about 10 years old. It was nearly bedtime. And I said, oh, Mum, my leg's hurting. She said, go to bed. I said, but honestly, my leg is really hurting. She said, go to bed, go to sleep. By the time you wake up, it'll be gone. And I was like, well, honestly, it's painful. It's really hurting. Stop messing around. Go to bed. So I went to bed. Wait for it. Went to bed, went to sleep. Woke up the next morning. couldn't even move my leg. I'd pulled a muscle in my thigh and I couldn't move my leg at all.
Oh man. That's like I broke my wrist and my dad thought I was lying. I slept on it, and when I woke up the next morning, it was like yellowish, green, purple. He was like, "Boy, what's wrong with you?" I said, my wrist is broken, Dad. I told you that yesterday.
I was going to say, you broke your wrist by sleeping on it?
No, I broke it. I came home and I was like, you know how you just be like, oh, my wrist hurt. He's like, can you wiggle your fingers? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He's like, oh boy, you'll be all right. And I said, I really think it's broken. Because, I wasn't like screaming or hollering or nothing like that. I was just like, I think it's broken. And he was like, oh man, you'll be all right. And I slept on it. And when I woke up the next morning, it was like a rainbow of colors around my wrist. And he was like, what's wrong with you, boy? I was like, it's my wrist, man. He took me to the doctor. He's like, oh man, you all right? I'm wearing a cast all summer long.
School, man, and parents. So yeah, sorry about that. We don't normally do the news on a Sunday, but I had to get that story in that I forgot about on Friday. Serious Sunday.
Petrol.
Serious Sunday, and I'm not going to lie, it's probably not going to be very serious. We got a guest who is not only a guest, he's a very good friend of ours. He's been on the show before when Rich wasn't here, so I'm going to let him in. He is
none other.
He is a legend. Look at him. He's got his face there glowing, waiting to connect. How could you not like that smile and feel positive? He's got his mic off.
None other than Jay Reace.
What is up, my people?
What is up? Legacy in the building.
Woo!
Legacy in the building.
Right.
Let me just say, Jay Reace has been on the show before. Rich wasn't here, so he's come back. So again, like when Roy was here, if I don't really say much, that's because Rich has probably got heaps of questions he wants to get in himself. But yeah, Jay Reace is a legend.
In the media world, he's our best friend.
Yes.
Oh, most definitely.
He's a top-selling author, And can I just say, I love that. Have you had a shave for the show?
I have. I figured I'd change it up just for you guys. But I must admit, as soon as I started swiping, I regretted it. I was like, I missed my beard. But it's okay. I'll grow it back at some point. I
vote for the smooth look.
Oh, okay.
I vote for the grunge.
Maybe I'll do half and half.
Let's let the audience decide. Folks, comment underneath. Should he shave or should the beard come back? Let us know.
Yeah, please, and you already know it's not shaving for me because I'm never doing it again. I did it for the military. I'm never doing it again.
He goes to the point, Jay Reace, where he doesn't shave, where he goes to the barbers and they mess his whole beard up and take a big chunk out of the side, but he still leaves the rest. He leaves everything just a bit missing there because he don't want to get rid of it all.
No, I understand. If my wife liked my beard, I probably would keep it all the time, but she actually likes me clean shaven. So I keep it on and off. I switch back and forth from time to time.
Already, that's two votes for the smooth shaven so far. So I can see.
But see, I like the beard, and sometimes you just got to please yourself. So I go half the year I'm usually beard, half the years I'm clean shaven.
Haven't you heard of the saying "happy wife, happy life"?
I have, but I've also heard of happy spouse, happy house, and you got to make both happy.
There you have it.
You know what they say? You can't please everybody all of the time, right?
100%, exactly.
Right. Well, there is so many different subjects we want to talk to you about because you do so much different stuff. But I want to save the book till last. So let's start with one of
Yes, let's save the book stuff to last.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start with one of our most favorite F words in the dictionary. Food.
Oh, I love it.
Going food.
Love it. I was wondering.
Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with me over here.
Oh, God.
What got you into, I just want to say, because I know you weren't born a vegan. So
is anyone born a vegan?
Actually, some people are. I've met a couple people who actually their parents were already vegan. So they have grown up and they are full-fledged adults.
But
vegan.
Babies have nothing but milk. How can you be vegan if you have milk?
No, you have breast milk from your parents, and then you end up eating vegan food for the rest of your life.
But we're animals,
When
right?
did
So
you get
surely,
started doing? When did you start becoming a vegan, and why?
So I got both questions. So the first thing is that yeah, humans are the only species that will drink milk from other species, which that in itself is kind of weird and kind of odd. And to answer Rich's question, I started being vegan, oh wow, about 6.5, 7 years ago, like about that long, I think. And the reason is because I wanted to lose weight. And I kept trying like all these different diet kind of things. I was doing fasting. I was eating only white chicken, or excuse me, like the white part of the chicken. I was eating well, like not the white meat, not the dark meat, like all that kind of stuff. Like I was trying to have it baked, all that lovely stuff. And nothing I was trying was working for me. And then I started watching all these different documentaries about fat loss and what causes you to be fat. And then I just started going down this whole rabbit hole of different conspiracies and things that was causing people to lose weight and be unhealthy. And the thing I kept coming back to was there was a lot of unhealthy things in the stuff that I was eating, particularly meat and any type of animal product. So then I started just I'm not figuring out, but like I started reading and doing research about different type of vegan meals and vegan foods and a vegan lifestyle. And then I saw like how our food is processed and what they do to the animals inside the slaughterhouses. And I just didn't want to be a part of that. And plus I found out all the economic disadvantages we have by eating meat, and then all the things it's doing to the climate. And I was just like, you know what? I got to cut it loose. And then I haven't touched meat since.
You do, if you listen to everything though, you'd never eat anything, because even plants and leaves, they say, oh, they put pesticides and stuff on them to help them grow and be greener and be brighter in color.
You're 100% correct. Yeah, if you listen to everything, you're gonna like go into a little ball and just die in a matter of like 5 minutes if you listen to everything. That's true. However, like for me, certain things made sense and certain things didn't make sense. So a lot of times when I tell people that, yo, there's so much bad things in animal meat, right? And they're like, well, you eat junk food, right? Well, yeah, everybody eats like some form of junk food because like we like bad things for us at some point. However, if I'm going to eat something that has been shown to cause cancer versus something that's just maybe make me a little fatter, I might eat something a little bit fatter versus giving me cancer, you know? Right. But that's just my logic. It's you got to weigh your pros and cons.
I mean, my little contribution to veganism is I don't like the taste of milk, so I have coconut milk. And also, a couple of months ago, I watched a video on TikTok. You gotta love TikTok, right? And this girl's dad bought 6 duck eggs instead of chicken eggs, right? He wanted to have them for breakfast, so he put them in the fridge. She took them out of the fridge and put them in the airing cupboard and said, I want to see what happens to them. I'm going to use his eggs as an experiment, right? Because they say all the eggs we eat are non-fertile, right? So every day she would hold a torch up to the eggs, you know. After a couple of days, 2 of them started moving inside and having heartbeats, and 2 out of the 6 eggs actually hatched. So realistically, her dad would have eaten 2 baby ducks. Let's not get it twisted. And so ever since then, I'm like, I can't eat eggs because I don't know if they would hatch or not.
I'd tear an egg up.
Well, see, I think that's a great point. So it's because for me, like, I'm at the point where it's hard for me to trust any major corporation. I don't know what they're putting in anything. And that's even vegan products as well. So I'm getting to the point where I'm trying my best to create as much as possible to put into anything that goes inside of my body. I'm trying my best to be the one who creates it as much as I can control. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
True, but why do vegan people, they don't want to eat meat, but they eat stuff that looks like meat? So this is a plant-based burger, chickenless chicken fillet or whatever it is. So it looks like a burger, or it looks like a sausage, or it looks like a chicken breast, but it's made of plant stuff. Why is that?
So honestly, there's a multitude of different reasons. Everybody has their own reasoning for it, right? So I like to think there are 3 major reasons why that happens. The first reason is because a lot of these vegan brands want to get people who are, one, curious, and two, they're trying to make the transition, but they don't know where to start. So they go to something that is already familiar. That's the first part.
Okay.
The second part is you have people who are already vegan, but they haven't been vegan, so let's say for as long as I have. They've only been vegan for like maybe a year and a half, and they maybe aren't the best cooks, or maybe they just need something for convenience. So when they're on the highway, they're on driving to whoever, they want to pick up something quick. So if you want to pick up something quick, you got to get the burger that looks like animal burger, right? So there's that reason. And then the third reason is because it's just a lot of times when you go over people's houses, like for me, I can't speak for other vegans, but I know for me, when I go to holiday events or parties and stuff like that, everybody's eating certain types of food, right? So normally I can't bring something that I would eat as a vegan because a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's vegan. I'll get turned off. However, if I bring something that already looks like something you're familiar with, you're more inclined to partake and enjoy and eat it because we're social creatures. We all come together, usually over food, and it's easier to have that food resembling something that we're already familiar with. So that's, in my opinion, those three reasons of why vegan food a lot of times looks like regular animal food.
People,
Okay.
this guy is full of knowledge. I just got to say that.
Sometimes.
I want to know, what is your favorite vegan meal? And if you could go back to, say you went back to eating meat, what meal would you have?
So my favorite vegan meal, there is a restaurant called Soulful Vegan in Harlem, New York. I love that place to death. And they do seafood / Cajun type food and soul food. It's kind of like this blend, but it's all vegan. And there they have these it was like crab cakes with shrimp and like collard greens, and like I forget what the meal is called, but I loved it to death. And oh my God, that, like, anytime I go to New York, my wife already knows one of the first places I'm going, that it is always that spot. It's owned by a mother and son. They do everything in there and they are amazing. The food is just, you wouldn't know you're eating vegan, I promise you.
Okay, before you go on to the meat question, what's your favorite vegan dish to cook at home?
Oh, so this happened just recently. So I've been like, I like to experiment with different things at the house. And a lot of times I cook spaghetti. But one of the things I've missed is having, what is it, like Alfredo sauce on my spaghetti and stuff like that. And I've come across a recipe where you mix nutrition yeast, different types of cheeses, and you just put it all over the sauce. You mix other things in it. So that is my favorite dish. Now, I don't know if it's my favorite because I got it right and it tastes so good, or if it's just my favorite because it really tastes just that good. But yeah, that's got to be my favorite right now.
Do you have vegan pesto there? Do you like pesto?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have vegan pesto.
Pasta with pesto is really nice.
Yeah, we have, I think Follow Your Heart is the brand that I use, I believe. So yeah.
Posh, that sounds posh.
Yeah.
That sounds real posh.
But to answer Rich's question, to be honest, dude, I can never go back. I know too much at this point.
So you wouldn't, I mean, I'm just saying hypothetically, like, I know there had to be a meal before you went vegan that you just could not live without.
Now, if you're asking for the meal before I came vegan, yes. I used to be a diehard crab person. I grew up in the Chesapeake Bay in Virginia, Alexandria, DC area.
Yeah.
I love me some good crab legs. Nowadays, you wouldn't touch me. I'd walk out of the room. But back then, that was my go-to. That was my go-to, crab legs.
Since you've been a vegan, you haven't missed it at all?
Well, no, I'm not going to sit here and say like I haven't missed meat, particularly like when I first became vegan. Obviously, yeah, I did, but it wasn't the meat. It was the seasoning that I missed. Because now, as the more experienced I get at cooking and even going to different vegan restaurants, I'm learning that I'm getting the same textures, the same flavors in the stuff that I'm eating there that I used to get back before I even made the transition. So like, yeah, when I first went vegan, I missed that stuff, because I didn't know where to get it from. I didn't know where to look. Now, I'm not going to say I know everywhere, because honestly, I am dying to find a good vegan key lime pie. But key lime pie has eggs in it.
Ooh.
I haven't found a good substitute for it.
You know,
yet.
that's one of my favorite desserts, key lime
Yeah.
pie.
And see, that's why we cool. That's why
Haven't
we
you
cool.
haven't you got a recipe to make one?
Well, honestly, I've never been a good dessert maker. Like I've never been a good baker. Like if you want me to throw some stuff on the eye or on the stove and do like that, breakfast food, I'm good. But baking, I'm not a good baker. My daughter is, but we haven't found a good recipe yet to do key lime pie.
Okay. Now, have you over there got a make of vegan burgers and sausages called Beyond Burger?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you a fan of that?
I am. Beyond and Impossible, I think they taste remarkable. I think they taste awesome. However, I do try to keep those out of my diet as much as possible because they aren't the healthiest stuff. But in a pinch, like when I have people over, or if there's a time where like I just don't feel like cooking, those are definitely my go-to.
I'm not gonna lie, they do smell like burgers. The Beyond Burger burgers.
Mm-hmm.
They do smell like a proper burger.
What,
Yeah.
a Beyond Burger?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a vegan,
they cook
plant-based thing.
they cook about the same as well. Like I know there's plenty of times where I'll bring them to people's houses, or even like when I bring people to my house and I'm just cooking food, I'll have it on a grill. People really can't tell the difference unless I like point to it and say, hey,
I
that's
think
a
they're
Beyond.
a bit orangey reddy in color. Like they don't really go brown like a meat burger, but
Like a cardboard color?
no, not that bad. It's like they got a tan.
No, actually, no, they do. Well, at first, yes, but like they do get brown and they do look like a burger at some point. I mean, they're not as juicy, but they look like a burger.
If Donald Trump was a burger, we're talking that sort of color, orange.
No, it is not that kind of orange. No, by far.
Ew.
How dare you even say that about those burgers? I wouldn't wish that upon my worst food. That is rude. Dang.
that was kind of harsh.
Man.
That was kind of harsh.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. But I can tell Rich is not having it. Rich is like, I'm a diehard carnivore.
Yes,
my little canines are gonna sink into some meat later.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I was back in the military, I did a 30-day fast.
Yeah.
And it was no meat at all for 30 days. I lost a lot of weight. Right?
Yeah.
But the minute they were like, the fast was over, I got my line in the chow hall line. I got made to order. Let me get a double patty with bacon and cheese. And I kid you not, I bit into it, almost passed out because I ate meat in so long.
Well, that's the thing. People don't realize, like, if you go a long time without eating any animal products, your body returns to its natural state. So when you start eating it again, it's going to start making you sick.
Yeah, I think it's something like 21 days. It's not a diet, but I can't even remember what it's called. Basically, you have no meat and no carbs.
That sounds like keto.
Yeah, that's it.
Keto or Atkins, yeah.
Yeah, keto diet. And you do lose a heap of weight, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I don't think I could live without meat. I've cut down on meat a lot, I'm not going to lie, but I don't think I could live without it. And I definitely couldn't live without
it's
cheese.
Funny. I can't say every vegan, but most vegans have probably said that before they came vegan. Because I can promise you, there was a time where I said that as well.
I love cheese as well, and vegan cheese is disgusting. It's like plasticine. It's rubbery.
It depends on the brand. Honestly, it depends on the brand. Because I can't lie to you, I've had some nasty, disgusting cheese or vegan cheese, non-dairy cheese. However, I've had some very disgusting cow milk cheese as well. It just depends. Like everywhere you go. So here's the problem. Like, case in point, we had a cousin over our house, I don't know, like a couple months ago. And I was eating, and everyone here knows that I'm vegan. And of course, she was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just eating like a cheese sandwich." You found vegan cheese? I'm like, "Yeah, I found vegan cheese. I can never eat that. Like, I can never have vegan cheese." And I'm like, "Really? You've had every single piece of vegan cheese?" Well, the vegan cheese I've tried, and I can't try anymore. So you're telling me, like, if this was regular animal dairy product cheese, and it was a brand that you didn't like, you wouldn't go try a different brand? And I think a lot of times people, just because you hear the word vegan, people are assuming that one taste is how everything's going to taste, and that's not the case.
Right, right. Well, different brands, just like Morningstar, and
Right.
they got different brands that I've tried.
Yeah.
What's Morning Star?
Morningstar is a brand of vegetarian.
Yeah, it's more
products.
vegetarian. They usually it depends on sometimes they use eggs, sometimes they use milk, but it depends on what product of Morningstar that you're picking up. Because I used to eat Morningstar a lot, and then I started reading the back of bags. I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't be eating that.
See, the Morning Star here used to be a pub at the bottom of the hill.
And they ain't serving vegan, I'll tell you that.
But it ain't there anymore. It was only when I was a child. It's now houses, flats or something.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Bummer.
I know. Have you got any more food questions, Rich? Because I know that we're big food people.
No, I think he answered them very well.
If I may say, like, people, a lot of times when you say vegan, people think all the weirdest things. But I remember having a conversation with my mother-in-law. She was like, we were sitting down at our table and we were just sitting there clowning. And she was looking at me. She was like, well, if you're vegan, honey, what do you eat? And I'm just looking. I was like, Mama, I eat apples. I eat bananas. I eat collard greens. I just don't use animal products. It's pretty much as simple as that. I still eat French fries. I eat Lay's potato chips. Like, there's so many things I still can eat, but people just assume because I don't eat animal products that I'm sitting
nothing else.
Yeah, I'm sitting sucking on a carrot all day. Like, people don't understand that, but yeah.
Actually, I've got one more question. You said you turned vegan for a weight loss journey. Has that worked?
For me, it did not at first because I wasn't a healthy vegan. I was still eating junk food. I wasn't monitoring a lot of things I ate still had sodium, fat, all kind of other stuff in it. Now I'm eating more consciously and I'm being more mindful of the things that I eat. So now I am. But when I first turned vegan, no, it did not work for me because I didn't know how to properly eat correctly in a healthy manner. I like to think I am now, but back then, no. But I know other vegans who it definitely worked for them.
And do you have to take vitamins to balance out what your body is not getting?
You mean vitamins?
No, vitamins.
Oh my God. So here's the thing, because I love this question, because I get asked this question a lot. So every human, regardless of what your diet is, you should be taking some type of vitamin, because I can promise you, you're not getting the vitamins or the vitamins that you should be getting at your regular diet, because there are things that are absent from the soil, because the way they grow food nowadays is factory. They don't do it like they used to do with tilling the soil and changing it from area to area. So the food that we grow doesn't get the nutrients in the soil like it used to. So everybody on this earth should be taking some form of vitamins, depending on what your diet is. So yes, I do currently take vitamins at the moment.
I'm just saying this. I'm finding this very educational. Like, I'm learning. I'm learning a lot.
Very impressed. Very impressed with my brother from another mother.
That's what I'm talking about. You had me nervous at first. I was like, oh, what is Rich going to ask me?
No. I'm realistic. I'm realistic. I mean, everything that you said, you kind of crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's, which is very good.
I try.
It makes it easy to interview people when they know what they're talking about.
Yes.
They
and I have no doubt that Jay Reace is going to know exactly everything what we're going to be talking about next.
I might know a little something. I might know a little something from that. I might know a little.
Not only is he a vegan, he's an author.
What?
Author
The legacy. Tell us where this came from, this idea.
So, oh, wow, that is a hard question to answer. And it's hard because there have been multiple iterations of legacy. So the very first time that I sat down to write a story, I was telling about my life and like the backstory of like who made Jay and how I became to be and all that stuff.
Autobiography.
Yeah, kind of, but I wanted it to be like fiction. Like, I didn't want it to be exactly about me. Like, I wanted to put my own little spin on it. So at the time, like, I had I think like the second draft of the first manuscript, and I handed it to my daughter, and she's reading it because she reads all the time. And I was like, oh, just give me your thoughts on it. And she finished reading it. She looks at me. She's like, Daddy, this is so sad. This is depressing. And I was like, oh, okay. What do I do now? And she was like, well, I thought you were going to write a story about us. And then that's when the light bulb went off. And I was like, hey, why don't I write a story about my family? And that's kind of where the idea originally came from, I guess, is writing about my family. So exactly, right? And the thing about it, the thing about it though, is that there's a one of the opening scenes in the first chapter actually started from a short story that I written back in college decades ago. It was about this guy who was sad. He walked in the rain. He went to an abandoned building, and things transpired after that. And that kind of helped shape the story after that point.
Wow.
Now, am I right in thinking it is a 3-parter? This is the first part of 3?
That is correct. That is correct. Yes.
And I do believe I've seen something on your social media that says part 2 is about to drop.
Part 2 is coming. I don't know if it's about to drop, but it's definitely coming. It's definitely about to come. I'm still working on it. Anyone who's written anything, anyone who's been creative, is like a baby, and you can't just push the baby out when the baby's not ready. It comes when it's ready. And
listen, that goes for a human being too, pushing out a baby. It ain't coming if it ain't ready.
Exactly, right. So I'm doing my best to work on it behind the scenes. It's coming along, but it's being a little stubborn, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Oh, now, I can see a copy of your book right there. You know what I'm going to ask you, Jay Reace? If you could pick up that book, open it in any page, and just read us a few lines.
Ooh.
Oh man!
Yeah.
I feel like I should have hit it.
This is the plug. Just open it at any page, read a paragraph. We are in.
Yes. We are all ears.
Okay. Zolani refocuses on getting ready and looks down at his gear. Grabbing a protective vest, he feels the heaviness of it as he lifts it from the bench. He raises it over his head and lifts the weight of the vest, slides down his arm. It comes to a blunt stop as the weight drops onto his shoulders and slams into his chest. Memories floods his mind as the familiar feel of this heavy vest reminds him of strict royal training and pointless recon missions. He quickly pushes past the memories and continues suiting up. He fastens a pair of dark metal gauntlets around his forearms. Finally, he picks up a pair of single lens goggles and puts them down past his head to let them rest around his neck before making his way down the ramp.
Yeah.
Now, let me just say,
what's at the bottom of the ramp?
You got to buy the book. Buy the book. It's available on Amazon. Buy the book
and read it. Yes.
Yeah.
Words.
Now, let me just say, you totally, your whole face changed then. You got into character, like I'm into narrative reading mode now. Is there going to be audio version? Like, is Jay Reace going to be reading his books?
Wow. Soph is trying to get all the deets. She's trying to get all of it. Okay, but yes, there is going to be an audiobook. It is coming. I'm actually working with a gentleman in my local area. He's a nice older gentleman. He cut me a really, really good deal, has a very professional studio. We're doing it now. I don't have a release date yet of when it will drop, but we are currently working on it now.
But is it you doing the audio, like doing the sound, or have you employed him for his voice?
It is me doing all the sounds. I'm narrating. I'm doing all the voices.
I'm down for that. I'm not mad at you. I'm there for that.
Awesome.
Word.
Now that is awesome.
I'm doing it, man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
How long did it take you to come up with the whole concept and finish the book, Legacy?
The whole concept took me literally like, I don't know. I was going to say it took me a couple of hours, but here's the thing. So I'm not sure if you guys know different terms. So like, have you ever heard of pantsers and plotters?
Yes, I have. Yes.
All right. So like, I'm a pantser. So I come up with a idea and then I just start writing. No outline, no nothing. I just start writing. And that's what happened with Legacy. I wrote as I go. Don't think I'm crazy, but I hear the voices in my head. I see all the images and I just write down what I hear and what I see. The characters tell me what they're going to do and how the story shapes. I don't control. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like if I'm walking around or if I'm out somewhere, there might be an idea comes to me and then I come back and write it down. But for the most part, it takes its own form. So Legacy took me about from conception to publish 3 years. To write the first manuscript, that took me about a year, maybe.
Do you find that it's easier second time round because you're coming from experience now?
Actually, yeah. I don't feel as nervous. I think I have a lot more focus. The only thing is now I do feel a bit more pressure because I know there's people who's read the story. They have certain expectations. I feel like what's his name? George R.R. Martin right now. Like there's so many people out there just waiting, and now I'm just like, oh my God, what am I going to do with these characters? So I kind of feel like that kind of a pressure. But other than that, I feel like it is a tad bit easier because it's the second time around.
Okay, well, on social media, you call yourself Mr. Positivity, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is next for Mr. Positivity?
On the social media front.
On any front, what's next?
Okay.
Ooh, any front.
Any front.
So, Mr. Positive, what's next? And this is an exclusive to Across the Pond. I haven't said any of this on social media. This is exclusive.
You heard it here first.
We always bring you exclusives.
As you can already tell, like I'm an author. I love to write stories and love to create concepts and stuff like that. So right now, I can't say their names, but I have a few very popular major comic book companies, publishers, looking to hire me, one, to publish this as a graphic novel, and two, to have me come on as their writing staff. So hopefully I will start hearing something soon. I think at the latest by November, but we shall see.
Excuse me.
What's up, Sal?
When they make your book into a film, please can I be an extra? I don't even want a main part. I just want to be like an extra in the background.
Oh yes, most definitely. Rich, you can be in it too. Most definitely.
Thanks.
Assuming that I will have, assuming if I have that privilege of saying who can
you need to put that in the terms and conditions of your contract. So, yes, you can use my book to make it a film if Rich and Soph can be extras in the background.
I want to be like a Stan Lee and just plug stuff.
See, that's exactly what I want. Like whatever I write, whatever I do, I want to be like a Stan Lee. I just want to be somewhere. You don't even have to give me a line. Just put me there, like on a bench somewhere, so only real people know who I am. That's all I want. That's all.
They be like, yo, he was in his own movie. Yo, where was he? He was sitting on the bench waiting for the bus.
But that's exactly what people will be. People will watch Jay Reace's film and be like, oh my God, yo, ATP have made it into the movie.
Exactly, right?
We can be a disgruntled couple just arguing at the bus stop right beside you.
Yeah, that's just normal for us. That's just normal.
I love it.
They're going to be like, oh my God, they're playing themselves. What's happening there?
I love it. As awesome.
Right, Jay Reace, tell everybody, where can they get your book? Where can they find you?
So my book is on Amazon. You can find it by searching Legacy, a Scion book series, or just search my name, Jay Reace, Reace, because I'm the one and only. And also, if you're looking for me, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, dare I say Snapchat, all at Finding Jay Reace, because I want to make it easy for you, because you need Mr. Positivity in your life.
Now, I do believe also that you're on TikTok. Is that correct?
Yeah. Oh, did I forget TikTok? How? And that's like my favorite place. You can always find me on TikTok. Yeah, most definitely. As Finding Jay Reace.
The older genre done took over TikTok. Yeah.
I know, right? Those kids don't know what happened.
Jay Reace went viral for educating young men on dating. Let's just get that out there. How many millions of viewers did you have?
Ooh, 4.5, and it's still going.
4.5 million, and he's still going up.
I know, right?
For the young men out there, find Jay Reace on TikTok. It is educational. For the older guys out there, go and show him some love because he talks some facts.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. But hold on, I feel like you guys are about to get ready. But you told me to bring snacks. I got snacks over here. I thought we were gonna eat and chop it up.
What did you bring?
So like I said, like so I'm like vegan.
Brands.
So hold on. So I got Oreos because, like I said, we eat regular stuff. Oreos are vegan.
Oh, really? Mm.
Yeah, Oreos are vegan. Plus, I have see this stuff I already opened because I thought we were gonna be eating on the air. But like I have Nature's Bakery. Fig Newtons, they're like Fig News, but like this is vegan. Love it. Yeah.
Oh, me either.
And then, yo, one of my favorite brands, Vegan Robs Puffs. And I know it says cauliflower, but I can tell you now, every kid I have ever given these to loves them.
They look.
I love these joints.
They look like cheese puffs.
Yes, they actually do have a cheese flavor. It's not my favorite, but my kids love it. The cauliflower one. They have like a hot buffalo one. They have like all kind of crazy. I think they have a ranch one too. Man, but yeah, it's just. But yeah, I'm telling you. But yeah,
now you know what I'm going to say. We need to try some of these vegan snacks.
Oh, I got a plan. I'm going to send you guys some. I just haven't my funds are a little bit low, so I got to wait so I can send it. But yeah, but other than that, it's
okay. Well, let's chop it up separately, and when you send us the vegan snacks, we're going to bring you back, and we're going to all eat the snacks together at the same time.
Word.
We can give you our honest opinion. Well, I say honest opinion. You're not going to be our faces won't lie. If we taste it and it's not good,
I'm gonna be biased. I just want to try it.
Well, no worries. I've already told you. I'm not going to send you anything, one, that I don't eat, and two, that I don't personally like.
But after the last time you were on the show, we did send you a little care package with some vegan chocolates.
You did.
How was that compared to what you've got there?
Oh my God. And see, I'm envious because over in the UK and over in other countries overseas, outside of America, they have all these vegan options and things that are available because your laws are different. In America, Americans are just like, oh, I don't care, just give me crap and just eat anything.
That
was the topic of our show on Friday, funnily enough.
Really? Get out of here. I love it.
Because we have stuff that's banned, sweets and the stuff from the US is actually banned here because it's got preservatives, additives, whatever it is, numbers that are not allowed.
Yeah, but Americans, for some reason, we don't want to get on that bandwagon of doing that for ourselves. But it is what it is. But yeah,
so
you guys are going to get
did the UK vegan treats stand up against the US ones?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, they were so good. The only thing that I regret is that I ate them so fast and I did not savor them. That's the only thing I regret. I devoured them joints. You have no idea.
That's a typical man, bro. You know, if we like it, we eat it. No waste, no time.
No,
exactly.
And you know what? I've just realized as well, we're not going to let you go yet. For the simple fact is, I do believe you have a birthday soon, and it's a big one.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, coming soon.
In how many days?
Oh, I can't do math. On Tuesday.
Exactly, 3 days. And you're going to be how old?
I'm going to be the big 4-0. I'm leveling up. Level 40. What?
It's exactly. How are you celebrating the big 4-0? Because they say life begins at 40.
Oh, okay. So honestly, I don't know. My family usually figures something out. Like they choose a bunch of different things that they know I like to do. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of am at their whim of what we're going to do. I mean, they kind of give me options like, hey, you either have options A or options B. And then I get to choose something like that. It usually involves like watching Star Trek, or everyone knows that I love popcorn. So they'll probably cook me popcorn. Actually, one of the things that I know they're definitely going to do is like this year, we had wanted to go to Africa and I wanted to do it on my birthday, but because of COVID and everything happening, we chose not to do it.
You mean to a safari?
Well, anyway, just go to Africa.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if like my wife wants to go to a safari. Me, I'm not really about safari. I want to go to like see the motherland, the culture, the city, all that lovely stuff.
Okay.
But what we're going to do is there is something called African ancestry. I'm going to get the little swab so I can find out what region of Africa I came from. And then next year, so this year we're going to do my mother's side, because when you do DNA testing, they don't tell you this. You usually have to do 2 sides. So this year we do my mother's side. Next year we're going to do my father's side. And then, so what's that? On my 42nd birthday, we're going to try to plan a trip to go to wherever those regions are so I can experience both of them. But it starts this year. So yeah.
That's good. And also I did see on no, I don't mean to chuck you under the bus, but I did see on your social media that you like to do something different every year for your birthday. And this year you chose to play golf for the first time.
I did, and I gotta tell you. So anybody out there who has their opinion about golf, all of my opinions got thrown out the window as soon as I went. I went to have fun. I went to just be carefree and relax, and that's what I did. I had thought that golf was easy. I thought it was just like putt-putt. It is not. I can tell you that now. And here's the thing. So, Rich, like you golf, right? Rich, you golf?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I remember you telling me that. So I didn't realize they pair you in groups of 4 when you go, right? Because I went by myself. I was like, oh, I can just go and just do it. No, they pair you with other people. So I was with 3 older guys. 2 were white, 1 was Asian, right? So I had the first tee of the day with these gentlemen. So they're all talking about what they're going to do, how far they're going to hit it, business stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm just here, just ready to hit, you know? Yeah. And then like I forget what not the maitre d', but whatever like the ball kid is, he comes and said, okay, you can go hit now. So we go up, they all hit, and they're all waiting for me like, you're going to hit? And I'm like, sure, if you guys are watching, yeah, sure. So I get up and I go and I line up and I swing, miss. Great. Swing, miss.
All eyes on you on top of it.
Exactly, right? So finally, I get up, I swing, I hit, and it teeters off the tee and rolls all the way down the hill. And I'm like, first time. Yeah. So then I had to go get the ball and like hit it there and all this stuff. And yeah, it's definitely a different type of experience. And now I understand why people say a lot of business happens on golf course, because you end up meeting these people that you didn't know and you just have all this time to talk. But it really was a fun experience. Not so much hitting the ball, because that part I can see how it can be so frustrating, but it was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to go do it again.
Men take it very seriously, you know, golf.
Very competitive if you know what you're doing.
But
I've heard. Yeah.
There was 2 things. One piece of advice I gave you was to just pick up the stick, look at the ball, and whack it in the direction that you need to go in. Now, don't you think that was the best advice you could have had before you stepped?
It was, and I tried that.
You must have taken your eye off the ball. That's what I'm saying.
And see, that's the thing. I didn't. I promise you, I so did. And like, it's weird because when you're looking down, and I'm sure Rich can attest to this, when you're looking down, the depth perception is, I don't know what it is. When I went to hit the ball, like I would just go right over it, or I go under it and make a divot, and I had to fill it up real quick. And
didn't you find when people hit it really far, I can never see where it goes. They're like, yeah, but I'm like, where did it go? Like,
exactly.
You gotta watch it come down. You don't watch it when it goes up in the air. You gotta watch it when it comes down.
But how do you know what direction it goes to if you're not watching it in the air?
You gotta watch it when it first goes out, but then once it hits the ground.
I'm with Jay Reace on that. But the second thing is, I did say to you it was very good for exercise because it's a lot of walking. You went and got a buggy. You cheated.
No, that is not cheating. That's what you do.
You were supposed to walk all the way around. You're supposed to
I walked to go get the ball and hit it wherever it lands, but you have to drive the buggy to like the next hole.
Do you know, in all the times I've gone to photograph golf, play golf with my dad, I've never had a buggy. I've always wanted to go in a buggy. We've never been allowed a buggy. You've got to walk. My dad would say to me, come on, you can be my carry and carry the bag, or pull the trolley with the bag on. We walk. This is why I said to you, it's good exercise. I didn't realize that you would cheat and just drive around.
I'm gonna use one of her words. We're posh over here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Most definitely, right? Yo, my first experience, all I know is when I got there, I had this nice fancy little kid say, hey, do you want a buggy? And I was like, sure, okay. I just went with the flow. I didn't have no expectations. I didn't know what I was supposed to do and not do. I took that buggy, and that buggy had speakers, it had Wi-Fi, it had like a little TV, a little screen. I'm like, cup holders. It didn't have a seat warmer though. I was a little mad at that part. It didn't have a seat warmer.
See, now when I was a child and my dad would say, oh, he's going to play golf, the first time I was like, yes, we're going in one of those buggies. I cannot wait. Yeah. I didn't realize that you never actually got one of those buggies. Like, unless you specifically asked for one or paid for one, you didn't get one.
What?
No, the one I was at, the buggies came like with the course. Like, you just got the buggy.
Well, what can I tell you? We don't have that luxury.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's a very patient game.
Yeah,
you gotta have a lot of patience, and it's a lot of skill involved.
Yeah,
and it is fun.
I would say, what was your score, Jay? But I don't think you filled in your card, did you?
I did not. Your boy did not take score at all because I already knew what it was. That man handed me my scorecard. I was like, sir, you can have this back. I'm not going to need it. I did not play. I already knew what it was.
Yeah.
The
first thing you got to do for beginners is you got to do half of the course. You don't do the whole.
Oh no, go big or 18. Go home.
And see, that's the funny thing. Like I did all 18 holes, right? Not realizing, because for some reason in my mind, I thought I only scheduled 9 holes. I thought I only did half. But when I got there and I was like, excuse me, sir, did I go for the whole day or half? And he was like, oh, you got all 18 holes. Awesome. Good job. So, I mean, but honestly, reflecting though, I'm kind of glad that I did because I had fun. However, I do remember, like I said, like I had the first tee time of the day. That was at 8:30. I didn't get done until close to 1 o'clock. I did not realize, and now I understand why people are gone all day playing golf, because it really literally takes you all day. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
See, is the clubhouse a big thing there? Because after you play golf here, you go to the clubhouse after and have a drink and something to eat. Did you do that?
I can't answer that. I left. I was like, I'm done. I had fun. Let me go. I didn't experience any of that. I'm sure, because I remember seeing I think it was more like a deli type thing. I don't know if they had an actual clubhouse in there, but they could have. They might have. I don't know. I didn't look for it.
Well, I'm glad you had fun anyway. And I can't wait to hear what is the event or the
driving range for
next
first.
year's birthday.
And now I know. I already told them, like, when I left that day after meeting those 4 guys, I was like, guys, I'm going to the driving range well before the next time I come here. Driving range is all I'm going to do. Because, hitting that ball is a whole different kind. That's half the battle right there.
Yes.
Definitely half the battle.
Yes, it is.
All we'll say is, Tiger Woods, you ain't got nothing to worry about just yet, my love.
Not yet.
Definitely not. I don't think he ever will. But yeah, I'm having fun. That's all that matters.
Give him a couple months.
Right? Definitely.
I'm going to go with a couple of years. I saw the divot that came out of the ground.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. You should have saw the one that I took, like the one that I made like 3 holes down. That one was like, I almost used all my sand to try to cover that one back up.
It was like a crater. Let's not get it twisted.
Like I said, the one that was before that really was the crater. Like, it took almost all the sand. It was pretty big. I used what is it? The driver. I was using the driver to hit it, which I should not have been doing that. So yeah.
I really did enjoy your story throughout the day, like the updates of how you were doing. I liked that.
Yeah, the only thing I really wanted to get a video of me swinging and trying to hit it. But like I said, I was with older gentlemen and I was trying my best not to take up too much of their time. And I'm sure they probably would have looked at me like, why are you even out here? I mean, first of all, they were already looking at me like that. But just to make video on top of that, it would have been definitely.
You should have said, I am a published New York Times best-selling author. I'm just coming here to celebrate my birthday.
You know what? Actually, let me tell you, I did, because we got to a point where, like, we're all talking, we're all like going up to the hole and we're waiting each other's turn, and we're sharing like what we do. So like one of the guys, he was a bank analyst. He analyzes what banks do. Another guy was a finance guy. Another guy did something like with the government that he was like, I can't really tell you or I got to kill you. And I'm like, sure, dude. Okay, whatever. Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, well, I'm an author. I'm a published author. And then I kind of just did like, right? Yeah. And I'm like,
because there's nothing about finance and like banking.
So they think.
So they think.
So they think.
They think, or he's one of these keyboard warriors that just sits on a keyboard all day. You know, no.
Mm-hmm.
We try and tell the people that about our show every week. I swear to goodness, people think we just come here every week, have a chat, have a laugh, talk about food, talk about whatever, and then go on about our merry way. But there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes. You know that because you've got your own show.
The process is real.
Yeah.
The process.
People don't know. Real. Like they only see the end result and they don't realize what goes on behind it.
Exactly.
End result.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, is there anything else you want to ask Mr. Positivity before we thank him for his time?
I'm gonna end it with a thank you, man, for coming back on the show and showing me love.
Oh, anytime.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
Mm-hmm.
And we wish you the best in all your endeavors because you got multiple ones.
And I'm going to say, that Richard had to give you a good send off because you came on our Instagram live and he kicked you off without even saying cucumber. So he had to.
I forgot about that. He kicked me off the line. I'm still hurt about that, man. You hurt my heart, Rich. You hurt my heart.
Well, I laid it on thick too, boy. Look how she ruined that whole atmosphere. I laid it on thick.
That's why, because I knew there was method in your madness. Jay Reace is there like, oh my God.
You see that, Jay?
Jay Reace is there like, oh my God, look at this finale. He is bigging me up. He's rolling it out. And I'm like, come on now. We didn't forget about that.
She did throw you under that bus crazy quick, though. She really did. But no, I could never be mad at either one of y'all. I love y'all too. My brother, my sister.
We love having you, and we can't wait to do the next live because you are definitely coming back.
And happy early birthday, my friend. Happy early birthday.
We hope you have an amazing birthday, and we wish you cucumbers.
Yes, cucumbers.
Cucumbers. I know that. I'm out.
All right, my friend. That was a great interview. I love him. Yes. I enjoyed his conversation.
And the thing is, he's not only like a fellow author or a fellow TikToker, he genuinely has become one of our good friends,
Yes. And I appreciate him very much so.
And anybody who hasn't yet, go and get his book. It's the first of 3, Legacy by Jay Reace. Amazon, you can probably get it in loads of other places, but Amazon is the main one, right? I've got a copy. Rich has got a copy. I got sent bookmarks with mine. Rich didn't, so he's a bit about that. I mean,
feeling some type of way.
Let me see what else. I mean, I got a signed copy. Just saying,
Yeah, we see that. We see that.
Oh, you see that? So
nice to rub that in.
Jay Reace, I'm going to put all his handles in our comments underneath the show, on our socials.
Also, if you know of Jay Reace and you happen to see him with the full facial hair, please leave a comment whether you think he should keep it shaved.
Listen, go and follow him on socials and have a look. I am always, I'm not going to lie, I personally don't like facial hair or chest hair on men, full stop. I genuinely only think there are very few men who can pull it off that it actually looks good. You, my lovely co-host, are one of them. I couldn't imagine seeing you.
Yes.
I couldn't imagine you as smooth as a baby's bum.
I look like a 12-year-old boy. That's what I look like.
Jay Reace is good. He doesn't grow a full-on beard. It's just like stubble. But yeah, smooth for me when it comes to Jay Reace. So yeah.
There you have it. If you like this show, don't forget to click like and subscribe. YouTube channel.
I'm going to put a poll on our Instagram for Jay Reace. I'm going to find a picture of him with the beard and a picture without, and we're going to do a poll. Keep or no.
Oh man, that's even better.
So we got him, man. Better. Yes.
And if you would like a mug or a t-shirt, be sure to follow us on our website. Across the Pond with richandstove.com.
As always, as Rich said, subscribe, like, follow, share, comment. We love it all.
And if you don't want to see our pretty faces, our podcast is on Spotify and all the local up-to-date platforms.
To be honest, I don't really understand who wouldn't want to see our faces, but maybe it's just because you haven't got time. Let's just say that. Not that you don't want to see us, you just ain't got time. We get it.
We get it.
We get
This
it.
is Soph.
This is Rich.
And we are from across the pond. All right.
All right, Richard-licious. We have got a week ahead of us. I'll see you Wednesday for the usual.
Yes, ma'am. I will see you Wednesday, and we will see you guys on Friday.
Yeah. Oh my God. I nearly forgot. Everybody has to come on Friday because it's our birthday. We will be 1 year old.
Year old. Yes, it's our birthday celebration.
We are having a party. And yes,
party.
Unlike now what Jay Reace said, there will be snacks.
There will be snacks and
there will
cake.
Be snacks.
Yupper.
Yupper.
That's our birthday. If it's our birthday.
Happy birthday to us. Yupper.
Yupper.